again, please? Did I have any reference?
Yes.
I had information, yes.
And did that information cause you to consider that the injury may have been caused by being cut with a piece of glass?
Sustained.
Hello. Good to see you, Slick. Devin, what the hell are you doing here?
At no time
You done good, kid.
did you make any determination with any scientific expert to determine whether there was any glass in that wound, did you?
No, sir.
That's it.
Since the time that you become a police officer 26 years ago, I would imagine that there have been drastic changes in scientific evidence in criminal cases.
Yeah, there's been changes, yes.
Would you describe them as drastic?
Slow it down, Slick. You're not thinking.
Drastic?
Probably, yes.
I mean, you've gone from a time of using 3x5 cards to computers.
She's got a police escort.
Isn't that correct?
She's on the way to my
Yes.
personal hangar. Secured at the air.
And your education took place at the academy more than 25 years ago. Your initial education, is that correct?
Teaching old
My
dog new
initial
tricks, right,
education,
Shapiro?
yes.
And then you got further education by something called homicide school.
That's correct.
When was that?
Probably 20 years ago.
And I would take it that
Put him out to
things
pasture.
that
Van Adder.
you learned in
Good old
homicide
boy.
school today may be very, very outmoded. In homicide school 20 years ago are in fact out of date today.
So,
Some of the things,
74,
yes.
man.
And there have been things that have been changed since homicide school that you never even considered at
DNA.
that time.
I fucked it up.
Been advancements that were
I don't
never
even wanna
discussed
finish
in
it.
homicide school 20 years
You can't
ago
fuck
that
up
are
the drive.
routine procedures today.
That's correct, yes.
And did you take continued education courses to keep up with the change in scientific technology?
Well, I think that's a continuing education on a daily basis with the police department.
Did you understand my question, sir?
The police department is school
Yes,
now,
I do.
Van Adder?
Could you answer, please?
It is.
Continuing education?
Courses.
No.
Right. That's what he's.
Have you
Go to
taught
community college, Van Adder.
anything in the area of police science or police investigation or
Teach
investigation
criminology.
techniques?
Where?
Anywhere.
At the police academy occasionally and at training days, yes.
And when was the last
Training
time
day.
you taught at the police academy, and what subject did you teach?
Sherman it up.
Probably
This shit right here. This shit right here.
10 years ago when it was officer-involved shootings.
And prior to that, when did you teach before that at the police academy, and what subject did you teach?
Well, I used to teach quarterly officer-involved shooting at the police academy and at training days for different divisions.
Have you taught any other subject?
No.
Have you read any books on crime scene investigation in the last 10
Every
years?
night before bed.
No.
Have you read any manuals on crime scene investigation in the last 10 years?
Recently, yes.
Prior to your testimony in this case?
Recently, yes.
When have you read?
Well, I just read the homicide manual within the last 6 months.
That's from the LAPD.
That's correct.
Any publications by other experts in the field that you've read?
No, sir.
Have you attended any seminars given by any experts in crime scene investigation?
At any time, sir?
In the last 10 years?
Yes.
What have you read? What seminars have you been to?
California Homicide Investigators Association.
I have
When
the
was that?
entire Hardy Boys
I've attended
series.
probably 3 or 4
hardcover
times
on
in the
my
last 10 years, maybe
Right
as
now.
many as 5 times.
When was the last time you attended?
3 years ago, maybe?
Where was that?
Ventura.
And what was the subject matter?
Ventura
There
Boulevard.
was a number of
Tom
classes
Petty.
given. Case preparation. There was a homicide case presented, as I recall.
Did it involve scientific evidence?
I don't recall if there was a class in that or not.
It involves black magic and the occult. And
Would you say
witchcraft.
that you are one of the old school type of detectives?
I don't think I know what old school means, sir.
Oh, Manhattan! I don't think I know what old school means.
What training and experience, what training have you had formally with DNA
I think you
preservation?
can put it together in your head there, old timer.
Well,
I know
Well,
it's
I presented a
1994
previous
and this is
homicide
new
case with
terminology.
DNA evidence. If that's what you're asking,
Do you recall the question I asked you?
you know, what formal training I've had.
Can you answer that
And
question?
are you old
Yes.
school?
I
there's
would.
also experience, counsel. Training and experience.
What training have you had? Let's just limit it to training.
All the
Formal
training he's had
related.
makes him old school.
No formal training. Well, that's not true. We have quarterly homicide meetings in the city. We have roll call training where DNA evidence has been discussed many times.
Are you familiar with
Like,
the
what is
proper
this
techniques
newfangled
of the collection of
DNA?
DNA evidence?
No, I'm not a criminalist, and I'm not an expert in that. No.
Alright. Come on, Michael.
Are you familiar with
Get in the
how
grotty.
DNA evidence can become contaminated?
Step 1 complete. Fix the view. Step 2 complete. Hang up on the
Well, I think
collar.
I'm familiar with the way any kind of evidence could be contaminated.
Is there greater susceptibility for contamination of potential DNA evidence than
Slow
other
it down.
types of
Insert, hang up.
Those spaces.
Ito. Judge Ito.
Well,
Grounds.
Is there more of a susceptibility for DNA type evidence to be
Dude.
contaminated?
Yes.
You
Well, I
can't
think,
fuck up
I
the
think there would
drive.
be a lot of variables in that. I think it would depend on where the DNA evidence is, the circumstances that it's found, and so on and so forth.
Let's not talk about the
that
mission as
possibility,
we
I think,
go
would
through
exist
it.
with any
Just do it.
evidence. It can be contaminated.
How can DNA evidence become contaminated?
Throwing a blanket on top of Nicole's body so the cameras
did not
can't.
testify to the actual collection. He is a homicide investigator. He is the lead investigator, so there's some parameters here that-
Rather than take up jury time, if we may approach the bench at the break then,
All right.
and I'll go into some.
We're gonna have
some
a
other
powwow
questions. Thank you
about
very
just
much.
how qualified Van
Are you
Adder
familiar
really is.
with the way to preserve evidence in a criminal case?
Sustained.
To preserve blood evidence in a criminal case.
Yes.
And are you familiar with the techniques to preserve DNA blood evidence in a criminal case?
He thought he was. He thought
I
so.
think preserving blood evidence would go to DNA or any kind of testing that would be applicable to that.
You see no distinction between the preservation of evidence for standard blood testing or for DNA testing. Is that correct?
No distinction between the two?
Yes.
DNA testing is a continuation of standard blood testing. It has to be protected to ensure the non-contamination of the evidence.
Are you familiar with the term cross-contamination?
Yes, I know what that means.
What is cross-contamination of blood evidence and how does it occur?
Cross-contamination would be if you take two pieces of evidence and mix them up and you get a mixing of the evidence together.
Could cross-contamination take place by bringing evidence from one location to another location?
Sustained.
Are you aware that cross-contamination can take place
I'm
by
aware you're
bringing
speculating.
contaminated evidence from one location to another location?
Sustained.
In your role as the lead investigator of this case, are you the one who is
lunatic
ultimately
hipster.
responsible for all aspects of this investigation?
Myself and my partner,
Everybody who does something regarding investigation works.
I would say that's a fair statement, yes.
And the people that you want working under you or at your direction are people that you know are capable of doing the job correctly. Isn't that correct?
People that are sent to the crime scene, I have no control over. I would assume people that are requested and sent there are trained
Since they're
personnel.
cops, they
And
know what
after
they're
you
doing.
take over, do you have the ability to request your own backup group of people to help in your investigation?
Backup group for what purpose?
You do all the
case you
investigation
get
yourself,
sick.
or do you have people help you?
No, I have people help me.
Do you have any input in who those people are going to be?
Sometimes, not all times.
And in a case that involves something that's high profile, you want to make sure that the best investigation possible can be done. Isn't that correct?
I try to do that in all cases.
But
Nice answer.
in a case where there's going to be the media paying a lot of attention to you, you have additional concerns, do you
What the
not?
hell are you doing here? Get to the airport, talk to him, that's it.
I would say yes, but to qualify that yes answer, I have the same concerns with every case I handle, that it's done properly.
I appreciate that, and I know that you want to be as professional as possible always. What I'm just asking of you, Detective, is when there is a case that has such intense media interest,
Celebrity.
isn't there a desire on your part to make sure that the absolute ultimate best that can be done will be done?
Yes.
And in that regard, the team that you put together that are going to aid you are people that you would want to have faith and trust in.
What's the basis?
I would hope that they would be qualified personnel, yes.
So, and it was no secret this was a high-profile case when you got the call, was it?
It turned out to be very high profile, yes.
But you knew immediately that it was.
Right. Told you.
I didn't think it would reach the parameters that it has reached, but yes, I knew it was going to be high profile.
And you knew it was going to be beyond most of the cases you've ever
I
handled.
didn't
in your
realize
career.
it could transform
Immediately.
media itself.
That's very subjective when you say beyond. The only thing that makes this different again is the amount of media coverage.
But that's what I'm saying. From a media perspective, you knew
The 24-hour
instantly
news
you got
cycle.
that phone call that this case was going to have more scrutiny than any other
OJ
case
gave
you've been
birth.
involved in your 26 years as a detective. Isn't that correct?
O.J. Simpson gave birth to the 24-hour
No, I didn't know
news
that
cycle.
immediately. I knew it later in the day.
Oh shit!
When
Get the fucking car
when
over. You still got a chance.
Those thoughts in mind to do the absolute best job possible.
Molly is not getting
secure
away.
in having a trainee criminalist involved in this case.
Overruled.
I have no control over whose scientific investigation rolls to crime scenes.
Do you have any way of contacting the head of the crime lab and saying, hey, look, we've got a real delicate situation here. The commander has even involved himself in this case to the degree of making personal notifications. Can you send out your top people? Would you be able to do that?
I could probably make that request, but again, I don't have any control over who they send out.
I understand that, but you do have the ability to make that request.
Oh yeah, I could make any kind of request. Whether it's followed or not is another story.
And you have in the past requested certain people who you know are the tops in their field, have you not?
To crime scene?
In any
What
part of your
the fuck was that, man?
As this case is going on, you continue to do that, don't you?
No, I wouldn't say that I've made individual requests of people, no.
Did you ask for the best people?
I wouldn't say I've done that. I make requests through normal channels.
How about the most
You're
competent?
aware that
Can we get the most
Detective Phillips
competent?
called down to the coroner and said, we're not going to follow procedure on this one, weren't you? You're aware of that.
Yeah, I saw his testimony. Yes.
And that meant that there was going to be something different done, didn't it?
I don't understand that. Something different what, sir?
Could it also be requested of the coroner to send out the best coroner's investigators to the scene? Could you make that request?
Certainly I could make that request. I don't know how far it would go, though.
Do you have a good relationship with the coroners?
Yes.
Do you work with them all the time?
Yes.
Do you know the coroner? and everything?
Yes.
Pull out
Dr. Lakshmanan.
And if you called Dr. Lakshmanan and told him the situation you had and told him there was a particular
the
forensic
Columbine
pathologist that you
Special.
worked with in the past and that you worked with well together and you'd like him to be assigned, would that be something he might be receptive to?
What's wrong with you?
I doubt that very seriously. I don't think he would honor my request.
No, he wouldn't cooperate with you at all?
Well, I think their schedules are set. It's been my experience that there's the pathologist schedules are set, and I don't think that's ever happened in my attending autopsies.
Who is the head of the crime lab?
At the coroner's office,
No, other people.
Michelle Kessler now.
Do you know her?
Yes, I know
How
her.
long have you known her?
Get off the freeway.
Probably 10 years.
When you talk to her, how do you refer to her?
Michelle.
And if you called Michelle and said, I'd like your best criminalist out here, we have a very difficult situation on our hands, do you think she would honor that request?
Get on the roof of the car.
She
Get on the
probably
roof of the
would.
car now.
Are you aware
Come
that
on,
the
Mike.
trainee was sent out to the
You
crime
gotta be
scene
kidding me.
Yes.
You lost it, dude. You lost
with
it.
no previous homicide experience?
Well, I found that out later. I don't know whether that's a true statement. I believe she'd been on 2 or 3 scenes prior to that.
Is that the type of person you'd like collecting your evidence under your direction?
That was the person that was sent.
Is that the person you would like to have collecting your evidence in a case like this?
Overruled on that ground.
I think the person that was in charge of that was Criminalist Funk.
Do you understand my question, sir?
Is that the person I would like?
Yes.
Overruled.
He's Asian. I mean,
I really have no control over that. Of course, I would like to have
No.
the most qualified person do everything for me, but that's not the practical world.
Do you view a trainee as the most qualified person?
No.
Do you view a trainee as being qualified at all to do anything on a crime scene?
this is foreshadowing
That's how they
about how
become
they're gonna
qualified,
rake Fung
by
over
doing
the
it
coals.
under more experienced people.
And was this a good case for people to learn from?
Stay.
In conducting this investigation, you've had access to many other law enforcement agencies, have you not?
Stay.
Have you dealt with other law enforcement agencies to aid you in the investigation of the homicides?
Yes.
Have you dealt with Interpol?
No.
Has Interpol participated at all in this case?
Not to my knowledge.
You haven't seen any reports generated from Interpol?
I have not.
And you're the lead detective?
One of the lead detectives.
And,
yes.
and all of the reports that come into this case come through you?
No, that's not true.
I would take it you'd want to see the reports that come in this case from other police agencies, would you not?
Yes.
And have you done that?
I've seen everything that's come to our office, yes.
And so to your knowledge, nothing has come in from Interpol?
I don't recall anything from Interpol.
Has any investigation taken place in Europe on this case?
Overruled.
Yes.
Has any investigation in this case taken place in Canada?
I'm not aware of Canada.
Has any investigation in this case taken place in Florida?
Yes.
Has any investigation in this case taken place in New York?
Yes.
Has any investigation in this case taken place in Arizona?
I believe so, yes.
What other states have been involved in the investigation of this case, to your knowledge?
Every state except for
Connecticut.
Maine and Rhode Island.
That's the only other state that comes to mind at this point.
Have you been out of state personally to investigate any aspects of this case?
Chicago.
Yes.
Where have you been?
Connecticut and Washington, D.C.
You didn't go to
And
Chicago.
in Washington, D.C., you met with the Federal Bureau of Investigation?
Yes.
And is that the first time you called upon them for help in a homicide investigation?
No.
How many other occasions have you used the Federal Bureau of Investigation?
Many times, probably.
Probably, or
Many times.
how many times?
Good to see you, sis.
I couldn't tell you over the 26 years I've worked with them on many, many cases.
Not that when you work with them, that you as a lead detective have contacted the FBI to aid in your investigation, directly aid in the investigation.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure I understand directly aid in my investigations. Anytime I contact them with a request for assistance, that's direct aid, so I've done it many, many times.
How many times have you gone to Washington to meet with the FBI in the past?
This was the first time, I believe.
All right, Mr. Shapiro, we need to change corporate quarters at this point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief morning recess. Please remember my admonitions to you. Don't discuss the case amongst yourselves. Don't form any opinions about the case. Do not allow anybody to converse with you regarding the case. Do not conduct any deliberation until the matter has been submitted to you. We'll be at recess for 15 minutes, and Detective Van Adder, you may step down and come back in 15
Don't
minutes,
be
please.
in any
All right, we'll be at
deliberation
recess for
until
15
the matter has been submitted
You were
to you.
telling us that you were in Connecticut
Yes.
and in Washington, D.C. Have you
Yes.
been outside the United States on this case?
No, sir.
I went to
Have any
Belize.
members of the Los Angeles Police Department been outside the United States in this case?
I believe they were outside the United States on a companion case, not this case.
Have any members of the Los Angeles Police Department been to any other states than the states that you have mentioned?
Yes, there was one other state that it slipped my mind, Iowa. I was in Iowa.
You were in Iowa.
Yes, sir.
And what about other members of the police department? Have they been to any other states that we haven't mentioned?
None come to mind right now.
Anybody from your department visit Chicago, Illinois?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
tons.
don't know if we mentioned that or not. You did not.
No, sir, I did
The
not.
people went at your
You missed
direction.
out.
Yes.
And how many other law enforcement agencies have you worked with in the course of this investigation? Just tell us which ones they are rather than give us a number, please.
You're telling me she's got
Fairfield,
brain-
Connecticut. Fairfield, Iowa. The FBI.
2 Fairfields.
When you say Fairfield, Connecticut, that's the police department? Or
Police department, yes.
Okay.
Police department in both cities. The Federal Bureau of Investigation.
North Yankton.
A lot of Orange County agencies on the 17th.
Stop the car, lady.
Mr. Schultz.
Department of Justice.
Mr. Schultz.
Department of Justice for the United States or for the state of California?
United States and the state of California. And I just can't call to mind anymore at this point.
Chicago Police Department.
Yes.
Florida Police Department.
I think you need some help right now.
I don't know if that was on this case or the companion case that they worked with the Department of
But related to, at least related to it.
Related, yes.
Related to some aspects of this case. Thank you, Your Honor.
For all those you're driving the court reporter notes. Let him finish the question. Let him finish the answer.
I apologize.
Your Honor.
Jinx, Shapiro and Van Hatter just jinxed each other. Dude, I don't remember that laugh. Kato was the only one who got laughs. Van Hatter got a laugh, dude. That makes me happy.
In addition to dealing with, what did you do with the Department of Justice for the United
She's
States?
the one behind this.
What role did they play in this case?
They helped me and my partner in a polygraph examination.
My partner and I, Van
Of
Hatter.
whom?
Sustained.
And when you went to Connecticut, was one of the purposes there to interview one of Mr. Simpson's witnesses, Mr. Fishman? Dr. Fishman?
I don't quite understand that. To interview Dr. Fishman?
Yes.
No, sir.
Was he interviewed in Connecticut?
Not to my knowledge.
Have you or people at your direction interviewed witnesses for Mr. O.J. Simpson?
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Sustained.
And finding a place to hide.
Interviewed people who were on the
3 stars.
like that. What laboratories have been engaged to analyze potential evidence in this case?
Cellmark Laboratories
Where's that?
in Maryland.
That's a private laboratory?
Yes. The FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation,
Where?
Washington, D.C., and the California Department of Justice.
What about the Los Angeles Police Department has also analyzed evidence?
Yes.
Are there also other laboratories that have been consulted regarding this case and evidence in this case?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
And how many other cases have you engaged 3 outside laboratories to aid in analysis of evidence? You personally?
I haven't personally done any.
In how many other cases have you personally engaged the Department of Justice of the United States to aid in your investigation?
Federal agencies, a lot on cases. I couldn't give you an exact number.
My question is particularly the Department of Justice. On how many occasions have you personally contacted them for an investigation you were the lead investigator on?
Well, I didn't personally contact them this time.
Would you say that's a rare
Good way
occurrence?
to weasel out of that.
No, I would not say it's a rare occurrence. I worked with a lot of agencies over the years.
How many police officers
Trying to
from
wrap
the
my
Los
head around
Angeles
you,
Police
Robert.
Department have been engaged at one time or another in some aspect of this case?
Uniform or detective?
Across the board, uniform, detective, and administrative.
Do you want to include all the officers on our jury tour?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to include all the officers on our jury tour?
No, Your Honor.
No,
No.
Ito's
Excluding the
cracking
officers on the
wise.
jury tour.
Get the fuck out of here with this
Those are
circus.
the ones the court engaged, I believe.
Would you like to meet the officers on the walking tour?
You know, with all the collateral
Zero
issues
laughs.
that's going on with this
Crickets.
case, as far as traffic control and things like that, I would have no idea. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Give us a general estimation of how many officers have been involved in this case, to your knowledge. You've got all your records here. You could check it if you wanted to, I take it.
I think he's described it.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? That participated in the investigation.
Oh, I would say
that got you to the point you are in court here?
probably 15 to 20.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
And how many officers were engaged in the search of the Brentwood area? Looking for
A million.
either gross evidence or trace evidence.
I mean, there was a ton of us because there was blood
Anytime
everywhere.
during this case, from June 13th to 10 o'clock this morning.
How many officers were involved in the search of the Brentwood area?
Yeah. 50. Just highball it.
Well, we had a group of recruit officers do a walk from Bundy to Rockingham. I believe there were probably 30 officers, maybe, recruit officers.
Well, that's on
That
top
was
of
my
the
original guess.
20 that you just mentioned.
Well,
50.
these people
You
are
brought
not
it up to
involved in
50.
all stages. These are...
No, I didn't know. Let me make my question clear.
Okay.
How many
Let him finish his
pigs
answer.
were milling about
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Rockingham property?
That's quite all right, Mr. Shapiro. There's a lot of collateral issues that's happened where we've used officers from other divisions or requested help at different times. They would be involved for one aspect, and that would end
We let
their
him.
involvement in it.
That's my question. Involved for any aspect whatsoever from June 13th, 1994 to this morning. How many members of the Los Angeles Police Department have been involved in any aspect of this case?
I think I answered that before. I don't know.
Can you give us a estimate?
I couldn't even give you a good estimate.
Could
I
you give
don't
us
know.
a guess?
Would it exceed 100?
Yes.
That's possible. It's possible. I don't know.
Would you say in your career this is one of the most thoroughly investigated cases that has ever been done by the Los Angeles Police Department?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say it ranks up there with a lot of cases. A lot of cases have been thoroughly investigated.
Is there anything that you wanted done in this case that hasn't been done because of lack of resources or manpower?
No.
Is there any agency in the United States that you would like
Never do that to you.
for in this case that has refused to give you assistance?
Not to my knowledge.
Is there any agency in the world that you would seek assistance from who hasn't given you assistance?
Not to my knowledge.
Have you conducted the most thorough search that you could as a professional to look for the murder weapon in this case?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Have you found it?
Skip
No, I
Tab
have not.
gave us a call.
Have you found any weapons that are consistent with the injuries on either Nicole Simpson or Ronald Coleman?
No, I have not.
Dude, the defense knew the
Have
whole
you
time
found
that they
any
had the murder
knives
weapon
in
gone.
the area of the Rockingham address?
Yes, that's what we're...
Yeah, you're telling me she's gone crazy. You want to take a plane full of tourists with you?
Oh, wow.
No, no, no!
Don't call him Indian.
Thank you, Council. Proceed.
More like
You're aware that a knife was
Asian
recovered
across
near the
Siberian.
Rockingham address, are you not?
Yes.
And that knife had blood on it?
That's what I was told.
And that blood came back a type B blood?
He was Blanca, dude.
Do you know if that blood came back as the blood type of an individual who is not a person who's a defendant in this case?
Seriously.
Molly! Molly!
I'm not
Yes.
the driver.
How many knives have
Big
you
in this
looked in
town. I own the country club.
in this case?
There's been quite a few, but
How many?
I don't know exactly. Maybe
Is
5
it-
or 6.
Yoink.
Isn't that an important thing to know, how many knives are booked in this case?
Well, sir, there's been over, I think, around 450 items in evidence book.
No way.
It's hard to keep up with all of
I'll
them.
bet it is, but you keep lists for that, don't you?
Oh my God.
Yes, sir, we do.
I got what
And you
I'm
reviewed your
Lord.
records before you came here to testify, didn't you?
I've looked through them, yes.
You just looked through them?
I'm not gonna kill you
That's
this
all.
time.
For this testimony, you just perused your records before you got on the witness stand to testify?
That's correct.
Interesting.
Do you need some more time to prepare yourself for cross-examination?
That is sustained.
I've just been courteous.
He's curious.
Proceed, counsel.
Along the lines of
Okay. Standard of the bridges.
the knife evidence, what other
Let's
efforts
kill
were
one
made
cop.
to look? What were the efforts that you have instituted to look for the knife that you believe was the
Okay.
murder weapon in this
You're
case?
free. You're free.
What efforts have I made?
Yeah.
Well, a search warrant was obtained and the
Let's find it.
Mr. Simpson's
Come on,
residence
Yolanda,
was
what's Fonzie
searched,
like?
as well as the grounds,
How many times?
Cool.
twice. A
Correctamundo.
walkthrough search was done from
So that's
Bundy
what we're-
to Rockingham by several recruit officers where we were searching the streets, shrubbery, the storm drains,
in there.
so
Get
on
in
and so
there.
forth.
Would you describe how that effort was mounted and what instructions were given to the
Car.
recruits?
Hide in the
How it
bus.
was mounted,
Yes.
You passed.
we
Get in the
requested
car.
to the Los Angeles Police Academy for a number of recruit officers to assist us in doing a walkthrough
I never
between
looked. I never
Bundy
expanded it.
and
I don't know if I
Rockingham.
got it.
We instructed the
If it turns
the
gold.
recruit officers to look
It's a
for
win.
any blood evidence, any clothing that may contain blood, any weapons that may contain blood, or anything at all that appeared to be out of the ordinary or
The
suspicious.
dude had bloody
Are you familiar
socks in
with the
his
term
sink.
grid?
There was blood all
Yes.
over his
What is
room.
a grid is a way to map out certain areas to be searched to make sure you don't miss anything. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And
Yes.
that's a very basic investigative technique, is it not?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And I take it that you sat down with his recruits with a grid, so the areas that you were interested in between Bundy and Rockingham could be thoroughly searched. Is that correct?
No, the way it was done is the area was set out in blocks. We had groups with a detective in charge of each group. And, well, essentially it would be a grid because we did it by blocks. We didn't actually grid it, but we set it
All
out
that
from a map
manpower
by
wasted
blocks.
when they already knew.
How
that
many
he
different
dumped it at
blocks
the
were
airport.
searched?
I can't tell you exactly.
Do you have a diagram of the blocks that were searched?
I believe it's
Yeah,
contained
so
in the
let's
murder
just
book.
dwell on the
Would
useless
would it
search.
take you long to locate that diagram? If it would, we'll wait. I don't want
It may, because I don't know which book it's in at this point.
Maybe your partner's here. Maybe he can help us.
Okay.
We'll
Find
give
it.
Shapiro all the
How
riffraff
many
arguments.
detectives were there for each group?
Just let him blather on for a few days. Keep him happy.
You know, I wasn't there, but I believe there was one or possibly two.
Yeah, he likes the
assigned to
cops.
each
Let him
group.
talk
And
to
how
the
many
cops.
groups were there?
I can't tell you that right now. It was done on 2 separate times, I believe.
And the purpose was to track the area that you had shown us this nice video of you driving around on. Remember you just saw that?
Mhm.
Yes, that's correct.
And that's the area that you wanted to search.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. You looked in the storm drains?
The officers did, yes.
Looked under the manholes?
I don't know whether they did that or not.
What's the
Well,
difference?
who instructed them what to look for?
The
And where to
information was relayed from us to the detectives that was running the operation.
What did you... So you're in charge. You told us that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's your search,
Mhm.
correct?
It's part of the collateral effort that's going on at that time, yes.
Your search. I mean, is that a fair term or not?
Well, I
You're
wasn't
directing-
there, sir. It was
Directing
part of the
a
collateral
large
effort that was
search.
being handled at that time.
I understand you're not there with your flashlight on your hands and knees, but you're directing this search, are you not?
Directing an ex parte, yes. I guess you could say that, yes.
It's
So you're the one
Hollywood.
who called. It was your idea to do the search, wasn't it?
Well, it was
We're all
a group
directors.
idea between our supervisor and myself, my partner, our captain. It was discussed, and yes, it was done.
Right. So this is a pretty high-level decision.
Here goes nothing. Let's see.
What do you mean high level?
Legal trouble is still
Well,
silver.
if you don't understand that, let's go to something else.
Mr. Shkreli,
He
you
was,
can put his
talk
comments
to him
back
like
in
he's
there.
5. He still doesn't understand it. We're moving on.
This search, as to what you were going to look for, did you tell somebody what you wanted
I wish
to
I
look
could
for?
hear what Marcia just said. to
Yes,
George.
as I told you before.
Okay. And did you tell them where you wanted the people to look for this?
Yes,
Okay, where did you tell them you wanted them to look?
I told him I wanted the possible routes. There's more
It's
than
like
one
they're going to
possible
spend
route
5
to
weeks
walk.
on this.
I wanted the shrubbery checked. I wanted the lawns checked. I wanted the streets checked. And I wanted the drains checked.
What about the gutters?
gutters and houses?
Yeah.
No,
What about rooftops?
no.
Why not?
Slow
It's
it
a joke.
down, Slick. You're
It's a
not
joke to the
thinking.
Like that over a large area like that.
Did you
I'm
ask?
producing the goods.
No, I
Don't
didn't.
do this, Slick. Think. She's.
And this was a foot search.
That's correct, yes.
And nothing relating to what you would consider a murder weapon was found.
That's correct.
But weapons were found.
Weapons were found? on the UFO search?
I don't know that's true.
You don't know if weapons were found or not?
No.
Uh,
On that search, I don't know.
just crop circles. We found a couple of crop circles.
Were any weapons
And Wilshire
ever brought to your
Bundy.
attention in
Which
that
was really
area
odd.
that contained the blood of someone other than O.J. Simpson, Nicole Brown, or Ronald Goldman?
Here's the thing, there was a mutilated cow and it had no blood. We're talking precision cuts. This case is anything but about the murder.
Were there any written
Get one of those.
instructions given to the recruits who were searching?
I don't know that for sure. I wasn't there.
The approach with an exhibit that appears to be a map of the area. Is that the area that you instructed others to search?
He's gonna run right into me.
Yes, it's part of the area, yes.
Part of it, the area exceeded that.
No, I think the area would be a little smaller than this.
Is there any map that shows what area that you wanted searched? This was handed to me by Mr. Doherty.
I think what happened, this would show the area that I wanted searched. I think what happened, or the way it was done, is the detectives, after we had asked for this to be done, had mapped out the possible routes between the two locations and had created groups of recruit officers that walked these certain areas. And I believe each group was given a map of the area that they were to search. And I think that's
steal a
in one of the
plane.
books. I'm not
Instead of
positive.
trying to drive away.
Now, regarding the search for a knife, you were aware that Mr. Simpson flew to Chicago.
Yes.
Did you cause that airplane to be searched?
I believe it was searched, yes.
Is there any question in your mind as to whether it was searched or not?
Well, I know we had an investigation going on in Chicago. I know we had detectives back there doing searches. And There was an airplane storage facility that was checked
Airplane
because there was
storage
a broken
facility.
knife found in it.
Synchronicity.
But as far as the airplane he took,
The airplane he took. I'm taking
I
a
don't know
plane.
that. I believe it was cleaned after it got there anyway, so I don't think it was searched.
Get
You
in.
don't think it was
Duck.
searched?
No, I don't think the plane that he flew on was searched.
Would you check? Did you make any notes on this?
No, I didn't.
Did you make any notes in this entire case?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do you have those notes with you?
They're contained in the books.
Your personal notes.
Yes.
I have
And
encyclopedias
you made
of
notes all
notes.
along from the 13th on.
Yes.
And we found our escape
What notes did
hatch.
you take on the 13th?
Just gotta get rid of
What
one
did you
cop.
record?
I wrote a search warrant and I started a partial statement with Cato Cable.
Is it search warrant notes?
Suspect
Yeah.
is in.
Consider those notes, okay.
Well, it was part of the investigation that I wrote a search warrant.
And so that's part of your notes. And then you had notes on the statement with Cato Kalin.
Yes.
What other notes did you take on the 13th?
Man, we're gonna pop
I think
up
the only
on
thing, the only
radar.
other thing I did was part of the chronological of the case.
Part of the chronological record?
Yes.
That's about all the only notes you've taken in this whole case, isn't it?
Well, I've written a lot of statements.
Oh man, I'm mowing lawns here, dude. I
I'm
don't
talking about
like
notes,
it.
sir.
Yeah, that's correct.
Did you write a report in this case?
Yes.
Maybe this will work.
How long is it?
Off to the
The
heavens.
follow-up report or which report?
How many reports did you write in this case?
Well, I made the death report.
plane I've never
I made the crime
been in.
reports for both
The
victims.
balloon.
I assisted my partner with the follow-up report. And I've written several, I don't know how many, but a lot of statements in this case.
Okay. I'd ask you to do recess to pull everything you've written and provide us with all your notes if you wouldn't mind.
Well, we'll take that up later.
Barrel roll.
In Chicago, well, you indicated that there was a search of some type of trash that revealed a broken knife.
No, I think it was a holding tank on an airplane that was found by airline employees.
Do you recall reviewing a report that said that there was a container that had all the refuge for a month from all the planes that were flown by the airlines that transported Mr. Simpson, of all the refuge, and that was all searched?
That was a possibility,
I
yeah.
have to
What do you
shave a
recall?
minute off of my time.
I said that was a possibility. I had detectives back there doing the work.
Wait, you read that report, didn't you?
I probably have, yes.
And in that they found a broken piece of a knife
I believe that's right, yes.
that was not related to this case, correct?
I don't believe
Because
it's
the
related.
knife in this case was huge.
That was a pretty thorough way of searching, wasn't it?
Pardon me?
That was a thorough search, wasn't it?
Well, it's vague.
Did you consider that to be a thorough search of the trash?
They know that
What
the
other searches took
knife
place in
is
Chicago?
gone, and they're rubbing it in.
Basis.
Why on earth did the guy who saw him dump the knife go to the defense? I'll never know.
There were several searches conducted by Detective Looper and Detective LaFall.
Tell us about those.
I wasn't there. I can't tell you about them.
You've read reports about those, and they're part of your investigation, aren't they?
I've read notes on them, yes.
Things you reviewed.
Yes.
What
Yes.
is your understanding of what took place?
Sustained.
Were those thorough searches?
Sustained. Calling for speculation. He
Did
wasn't there.
you direct that there be thorough searches of areas in Chicago where Mr. Simpson might have visited?
O'Hare.
I don't think I was aware of areas that he may have visited other than the hotel.
Well, that's one area. Did you ask that a search be conducted of the hotel?
A search was conducted at the hotel.
Did you ask that a search be conducted of any
The
surrounding
O'Hare
areas
Plaza?
of the hotel?
No, I was not aware of that. That was done without my direction.
So you are aware that a search was done of surrounding areas?
So in,
Yes,
not at your
OJ's
direction.
perfect world, he would
Well, it
have
was done as
woken
part of
up
the
at
investigation of the detectives that were there.
You didn't
the
think that
O'Hare
was necessary?
Plaza Hotel.
No, sir, I was not aware of it. I wasn't there.
Got
I
a
didn't know what
cab
was going on.
to Cog Hill, right over here.
No, you wanted to know, didn't you? You wanted to be informed of what was going on in Chicago, I take it.
Cheated at golf,
I was
made his way
informed after it was
home.
over with, yes.
And you were informed that a search of the area and lots adjacent to the hotel were thoroughly searched, were you not?
Yes.
Here's the disregard that. That's hearsay, Mr. Shapiro. Proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And in conjunction with all these searches for the knives that you told us about, would you say a equal search was done for bloody clothing?
We didn't have to search too hard for that.
Part of the reason
It
for
was just
searching
laying
was-
around.
And has any bloody clothing that relates to this case ever been found?
Yes.
Yes.
Other than
The shit that's in evidence.
what you found in your search of the Rockingham house, was there anything found as a result of this search
Yeah.
No.
relating to bloody clothing?
No.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. It's half the battle, though.
Have you had enough resources
Changed.
to look for bloody clothing?
The same resources that I had to look for the murder weapon.
When you got your call at about 3 o'clock, you were at home
That's correct, yes.
on June the 12th, June 13th,
June 13th,
early morning
yes.
of June 13th. What area do you reside in?
You have
I
to
don't
drive
know
so
specifically
fast,
what
dude.
general area.
It falls out the whole way.
Just stay.
How long did it take you to get from where you were to the Bundy location?
Approximately 40, 45 minutes.
Did you shower before you came, shave before you came, or just get up and come?
I showered and shaved.
He took a shit.
Did anyone give you directions to get to Bundy, or did you know how to get there?
I was given directions by detective headquarters on the radio.
Are you familiar, as a
Slow it down.
detective in West Los Angeles, you worked there for 3 years, is that correct?
Yes.
And part of the requirements of a detective is to become familiar with the area that you're working, isn't that correct?
Well, I think that's for any police officer, yes.
And that was, that applied to you also.
That's day one. Shapiro.
Well, I was not a patrol officer there, so a lot of areas of West LA I was never in.
You wouldn't say San Vicente is a main thoroughfare
San Vicenti's well done.
that you were aware of.
Yes, sir.
And Bundy is a major street that you were aware of.
Bundy.
Yes, sir.
So when somebody said it's near San Vicente and Bundy and here's the address, you were able to find that without getting specific instructions from your home, isn't that correct?
Well, yes, I could, but I asked for directions before I got there because I didn't know whether it was north or south of Wilshire Boulevard. They just gave me a street address.
So you wanted location, but you knew the general area.
Location.
I knew the general area, yes.
And it wasn't difficult for you to find.
No, sir, it wasn't.
You found it with virtually no trouble.
That's correct.
When you got
Yeah,
that
you
call,
can say that.
you were told that you were going to be taking over the investigation of the
Shaved
death
about a
of
minute
Nicole
there,
Robinson.
dude, I think.
Is that correct?
Hopefully.
That's correct.
Did you issue any orders immediately upon receiving that call as to what people should do who were presently at the scene?
No, sir, I didn't.
You were told there were already officers at the scene.
Yes.
And you're aware that time is of the essence in a homicide investigation, are you not?
No, I'm not aware of that.
As a general statement, yes.
And that the more time goes by, the greater chance of contamination of evidence or destruction of evidence, isn't that correct?
No, I wouldn't say that's a total correct statement. It depends on the evidence. And, normally when you talk about the more time that goes by, is you're talking about a cold trail.
Now, you know there are general rules to follow in a homicide investigation.
Absolutely, yes.
And
It's
you
like
were
OJ in the
chosen
limo.
because you are one of the most senior homicide
Turn the AC,
investigators,
man.
is that correct?
No, I was chosen because I was on call that weekend. That happened to be my on-call weekend.
Well, isn't your unit a
AC
specialized
just
unit,
pops
sir?
up
Yes.
on a
And
super
isn't
bike
that the
next to
unit that handles all the
the
special
rang?
cases of homicide?
No, I was talking about the actual air conditioning.
Most of the time, yes.
And
Anytime
aren't you
need me,
one of
Oj.
the most senior members of that unit?
Yes.
And immediately upon getting that call, it was time for action, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was time to prepare
It's
myself
time
to
to rock
respond.
and
Yes.
roll.
There were things that had to be done because you knew you were an hour away, didn't you?
That's correct.
So there were things that had to be done immediately
Get your
to make
caboose
sure
into the
that
hangar.
that crime scene was protected. Isn't that correct?
Well, it's been my experience in 26 years that the crime scenes are protected by uniform that arrives there before anybody.
But you are going to have responsibility and you want it done your way, don't you?
When I get there, yes.
And you don't want to rely on somebody else's judgment in doing something, do you?
Well, I have to do that every day, so.
Well, didn't you tell us, even regarding Detective Furman, that you wouldn't rely on what he was doing?
Not after I'm there, but I have to rely on people before I get there, definitely.
So there was not anything that you did to contact the people and say, at least seal the crime scene and make sure no one enters until I get there. Did you give that instruction?
No, I did not.
What's the left this time?
In your training as
Throw 'em
a
off the
police
set
officer
as
and
much as you
homicide
can.
detective, you have learned that it's important to keep detailed notes of an investigation, have you not?
Yes.
And you've told us now that you have kept detailed notes in this case?
I didn't say that, no.
Have you kept
Still a
detailed
chance.
notes?
This was an unusual circumstance. Normally I would. This one I didn't have the chance to.
So your answer is?
No, I did not.
Did you designate somebody, as you've been trained to do, to be a designated note taker?
Yes,
Who did you designate as a note taker?
the criminalist.
The criminalist.
That's correct.
And where in the Los Angeles Police Department manual does it say that the lead detective in a homicide case shall designate a criminalist as a note taker?
The criminalist in the homicide manual of the Los Angeles Police Department is
The card.
once he's assigned a case, is the person that collects, preserves, notes, measures, and records where evidence is
And
found
holds the
and where
tracker
evidence is
keeper.
recovered from.
Did you understand my question?
Yes, I did.
Who gets to hold
And
the
that's why
trapper
the
keeper?
criminalist did it.
So you're saying that that
Told you,
is
the
designated
criminalist.
in the Los Angeles
Criminalist gets
Police
the best
Department
part of the
manual
job. It's
that a
holding
lead
the trapper
investigator shall designate the criminalist as a note taker.
I didn't say shall. I said I could probably designate anybody that I wanted to. That morning I did the criminalist.
And is that what it says? That somebody other than a sworn LAPD trained personnel should be designated as a note taker?
It doesn't say note taker. It says for collection, preservation, and taking of the evidence.
Didn't you tell us that the criminalist didn't get to Rockingham until 7 o'clock?
7:10.
Who was the note taker at Bundy?
My partner, ultimately.
Your partner?
Yes.
So you designated Detective Lang as the
Tom
note
Lang.
taker.
No, I didn't designate him. He did that
designated
himself.
You
You
volunteered
just
for
started
that.
diligently taking notes.
So he took the notes at Bundy.
Yes.
And did he take the notes at Rockingham up until 7 o'clock?
No.
Who took the notes up at Rockingham up until 7 o'clock?
No one.
That's a violation of department procedure, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't say it is.
Now, many times, the purpose of taking notes, detailed notes, in a criminal investigation is many times these investigations take a long period of time, do they not?
Yes, that's correct.
And many times, cases that are filed don't come to trial for years, isn't that correct?
For years?
Yeah.
I guess you could say 1 or 2 years. Yeah, that's a fair statement.
And it'd be very hard with all the material that you've had to digest in this case to remember all the important details, wouldn't it, without notes?
It's according to what details you're talking about. I remember this case very, very well.
So you took it upon yourself just not to take notes at Rockingham?
No, that wasn't the situation at all.
When you got to Bundy and arrived there at 4:05, I believe you told us, in the morning, you were now in charge of the situation for 1 hour. Is that correct?
From 3 o'clock until 4:05?
When you got the
Marcia's like,
notification, you now,
"Kill
it was
me
your
now."
case, wasn't it, at 3 o'clock?
I guess you could hypothetically say that, yes.
I don't want to guess. I want to know. I think the jury wants to know, more importantly. Whose case was it at 3 o'clock in the morning?
It wasn't my case until I arrived there and was instructed by my supervisor
So
that
it was
we were
Officer
taking the
Risky's
case
So
case?
your case didn't begin until when?
till 4:05.
Okay. Whose case was it from 3 o'clock to 4:05?
Officer Risky.
It was being secured for the arrival of Robbery and Homicide Division.
By
Whose case was it from 3 o'clock to 4:05?
no one.
Robbery and Homicide Division.
That's you.
Right. He
Yes,
was
but
there.
I can't physically take charge until I'm on the scene.
Right. It was 4 in the morning, dude. I was sleeping. I watched John Wayne marathon the night before.
For at least an hour and 5 minutes, there is nobody in charge of the Bundy crime scene where 2 bloody murders have taken place?
That's not true.
Well, who was in charge?
West Los Angeles Division had security on the crime scene.
So they were in
Los
charge of the
Angeles.
investigation at that time.
The air got
No, they
dirty
were in
and
charge
sex
of
got
securing the
clean.
crime scene at that time.
So what you're saying is for an hour and 5 minutes, nobody investigated Bundy.
That's correct.
When time is of the essence in a homicide investigation.
And 3 hours before that,
Boy,
those
it would
kids
be a
could have
perfect
woken
world
up.
if I could have been there at
and saw their mom
10,
like that,
10
so-
30. It would have been a perfect world.
It is a perfect world. The kids didn't wake up.
How many members of the Los Angeles Police Department were there when you arrived?
7. I would say
Approximately
12.
15.
Yeah,
All
it'd be
standing
high.
around.
Yep,
That's
all
correct,
milling
yes.
about Nicole's house.
The 2 people who had their throats slashed.
Brutally murdered.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Good to see you, Slick.
Colombian necktie,
Yeah.
as you put it.
Nobody is looking for any suspects?
Okay, the airport.
Well, I don't think that's a fair statement. I think a canvass was going on in the neighborhood. They were attempting to locate witnesses,
Tom got off the phone
attempting to
with
elicit
Browns
information
and
that would help
immediately
in the
knew it was
investigation
OJ.
at that time.
You think or you know?
Well, I know it was the
What about beginning the crime scene investigation? That hour and 5 minutes
Slow
could
it down,
important
Slick.
evidence
You're not thinking.
become
I know.
destroyed.
Faster.
Suspect.
What could happen to evidence in your estimation in a period of an
On the
hour
way.
and 5 minutes? In a case like this?
Suspect.
Sustained.
Okay. Do you have any experience in evidence degrading? Do you know what that term means? Degrading of evidence?
Yes, I do.
What does it mean?
That's the quality of the evidence itself begins to deteriorate. That can happen immediately upon, for instance, blood evidence striking pavement. That could start immediately.
And would you agree, sir, that the longer you wait, the greater the chance is that there'll be deterioration of evidence?
Oh, again, I think that would depend on
It's
where
gonna be
the
one of those
evidence was.
missions.
What about weather conditions? Could weather conditions move? Let me ask you this as a foundational question. You know the difference between gross evidence and trace evidence?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Would you tell the jury, please?
Trace evidence is hair fiber evidence of that type. Gross evidence is actually physical evidence like the glove or a murder weapon or clothing or what
Spider
have
on the
you.
road.
Is trace evidence limited to hair and fibers?
No.
Tell us what else is trace evidence.
Trace evidence could encompass soil, could encompass minute or any article that it's not that can't be seen by the human eye. That could be attached to clothing, to a person, whatever.
And in your experience, trace evidence is potentially important evidence.
Very, yes.
And in your experience, trace evidence tends to degrade over time more quickly than gross evidence. What's that?
Overall.
I would say that's probably a fair statement. Yes, that it will degrade quicker than a hard piece of evidence.
Something as simple as a wave of the hand could remove trace evidence from a body of an individual prisoner.
Probably a movement of the air. Probably a movement of the air.
Biological conditions naturally cause trace evidence to be raised, do they not?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the 24 by 24 rule?
No, that doesn't mean anything to me. What is that?
That's
Wait a minute. Lawyers ask the question.
Are you familiar with a rule that says the 24 hours before death and the 24 hours after death are the crucial times for a homicide investigator?
For capturing the suspect, yes. Actually, I think it's 48-48 instead of 24-24.
First 48.
And that's a rule you adhere to.
Yeah, as best I can, certainly.
And also for excluding emails.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of our basic functions.
That's what you really focus on, isn't it?
No, I focus on trying to find out what actually occurred, what the truth of the matter is.
And the more time that goes by, the greater chance that evidence will be destroyed, be eliminated, not be available, or be contaminated in some way. Isn't that correct?
It's also about the third time we've asked the question.
Yeah, I know. It's worse than Gerald Brooks.
When you arrived, Detective Furman and Phillips were standing in the middle of the street.
Yes, they were at the intersection of Bundy and Dorothy.
And
Taking the expressway, man.
it was your opinion that at that location, what they were doing was securing the crime scene.
Is that a question?
Was that your opinion that they were securing the crime scene?
No, they were not securing the crime scene.
Were they preserving the integrity of the crime scene by standing there?
They lost you.
No, they weren't.
What were they
Oh,
doing?
they just found
They
you.
were awaiting our arrival.
Were there things, as a trained homicide investigator, if you were relieved from a case, would you have some responsibility until your replacement showed up?
Yes,
What was that responsibility?
to attempt to elicit any witnesses in the area and maintain control of the crime scene until the handling detectives
I'm gonna
arrive.
have to look up a YouTube video,
Homicide
dude.
detectives there, Detective Phillips and Detective Furman, are not trying to elicit testimony from anybody, are they?
That was being done by uniform.
I'm saying they were there. They weren't trying to do that as detectives, were they?
Elicit testimony?
Elicit statements from potential witnesses.
Now it's just
No, I
movie
believe they
mode.
testified they stood in the street and waited for us.
And they weren't there preserving the integrity of the crime scene, were they?
No,
They were just passing the time.
I lost
They
control
were
of the
waiting for
steering
us.
of the car. The tires are popped.
Can anybody notify them how long it would be until you got there?
I don't know.
So if you
We're
went
doing
further away
150
than
on the
45
rims.
minutes or an hour and took 2 hours, they'd be standing in the street according to what you observed for 2 hours.
That's a good hypothetical situation. Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken 2 hours to report to a crime scene. No.
But there are detectives, you say, that probably live 2 hours away, don't they?
Sustained. It's irrelevant.
How many people had been inside the crime scene before you got there?
15.
Calls for speculation. I'm sorry. Calls for speculation.
Are there any records that the officers had been at the crime scene before you got there?
Had been at or in the crime scene.
At the crime scene.
Yeah, there's a log. Looks like there was a total of approximately 24 people at the crime scene before my arrival.
And it was important for you to determine whether any of those people had been in the general area of the crime scene. Is that correct?
Yeah, I made that determination.
And had any personnel been inside the general crime scene area?
Inside the tape?
Inside what you would describe, do you know what the general crime scene area is in police parlance?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be
police
inside the
parlance.
security, the area that's secured.
Okay. Were any officers inside that area before your arrival, according to what you determined?
Yes.
How many?
24. You just made me look at the tracker keeper, dude. I told you
I would
15.
say 6.
You made me look.
6 or 7.
Are you familiar with a man by the name of William Bodziak?
Yes.
Is he one of the experts that have been employed by the prosecution in this case?
Yes.
And he's a member of the FBI?
Yes.
And is he one of the leading experts in the country on crime scene investigation?
I think his specialty is on shoes. I wouldn't say crime scene investigation.
Footwear impression evidence?
Yes.
Have you read his books?
No, I have not.
Would you agree?
Premature at this point. Haven't heard the question.
Would you agree as a part of your education?
Counsel, how can I tell the question, would you agree? How do I know what's coming? I'm saying it's premature until I hear the question, counsel. I can't guess what the question's going to be.
And Bailey and Douglas
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
looking like G's over there.
Would you agree as an
Watching
expert
Shapiro
in crime scene
shit
investigation
the bed.
that you should not allow anyone, including other law enforcement personnel, into the general crime scene area except when it is necessary to tend to victims?
What's the objection? What's the objection?
You can't approach. What's the
Sustained.
objection? He's like, can I talk
Would
to
you
you,
agree?
please, Judge Ito?
That
Can we
a
have a
crime
powwow,
scene
please?
should be secured immediately.
Yes.
Is that the most important thing to do?
Yes.
Is that the first rule of thumb
Not
for
until the bailiff
crime
gets
scene
back with
investigators?
our big gulp refills.
It's normally not done. That's the first rule of thumb for uniformed officers, yes.
Tis the only
It should
way
be done,
to
but
have
it's not
proper
done.
powwow.
No. Normally, investigators are not the first on the scene. It's been my experience in 26 years in uniform is they are first. They secure the crime scene and notify us.
Aren't police officers all trained personnel?
Trained in what, sir?
Being cops.
Of course they're trained personnel.
Basic crime scene investigation.
Definitely.
That is
Not
something
necessarily.
elementary. That what happens if you arrive on a homicide scene, what to do?
Yes, sir.
That's just common sense, isn't it?
Certainly is.
And would you agree that a crime scene should be sealed and no one should enter it except to tend to victims?
No one that's
so
not
we're going
involved
to
in the
rearrange how
investigation,
police
yes.
have always done
No one should
procedure
enter
now?
except to tend to victims. You can disagree with that.
I do disagree with that.
And you've told us you haven't read any books by experts in the field. Have you consulted experts in the field as to the proper procedures regarding entrance into a crime scene?
Yeah,
I consulted experts. I've met with many experts over 26 years, yes.
Is it very easy to disturb things within a crime scene?
Today.
What are the dangers of entering a crime scene if you're not trained properly?
Destruction and contamination of evidence.
And when you're dealing now in the area of DNA, you're dealing with minute pieces of evidence, aren't you?
Ultimately, they're going to know, yes.
Sometimes microscopic.
Yes, that's correct.
Sometimes they can't even be seen under a microscope.
I don't know. That's
Time to
way
have
on
the
my
final
field of
showdown.
expertise. I really don't know that.
Didn't you learn about this?
He pulled the handbrake, he's jammed down in the brake.
Want to learn about doing testing on
Every
DNA?
tire is stopped.
Wait, you're arguing with the witness. He says some things you can't see.
Sliding to a hockey rink
What
halt.
what is the importance of footwear in person evidence?
This is gonna slide forever.
Sustain.
Until he
Are you
bumps me.
familiar with the term footwear impression evidence?
Yes.
Have you ever heard
Holy
of
shit.
Well, first of all, do you know if
Alright, once I get out,
on footwear
I'm gonna do
impression
slow
evidence?
motion.
Well, I'm sure they are a collection of evidence,
I'm gonna
yes.
get the
And that would be
minigun.
something that, to be a homicide investigator, you have to have a broad knowledge of lots of things, don't you?
That's a badass
Yes.
picture.
And you have to understand basic forensic pathology.
That's probably a fair term, yeah.
You have to understand
Alright, get
the
out.
basic workings of a
Minigun.
criminalist.
Yes,
You have to
Slow-mo.
understand fingerprint
Ah.
analysis, both latent and patent.
yes.
You have to understand
Keep
footwear
doing-
impression
keep
evidence,
doing
both
it.
latent and patent.
Well, I'm not sure that you have to.
Do
You
it.
you have to know what you're looking at, what you're seeing. Yes, that's why we have experts that
Whoever's over
assist us
there.
in these
I saw you
investigations.
guys
You
too.
direct the experts, don't you?
We point out the items. They do the collection. They do
Right. Get back in the car.
the comparisons and so on and so forth. But I don't do that.
You're the one who's walking by with a magnifying glass saying, "This is what I want to preserve."
Like Sherlock Holmes with the magnifying glass. No.
Called it.
Yeah, yes, I go into the
I get
crime
the
scene
Christie,
to
man.
acclimate myself to the scene, to know what's there, so I can direct the criminalist when he gets there for the search for obvious evidence as well as latent evidence that may be there.
Another showdown right
You
here.
said two things that are interesting. The search to know what's there.
Mm-hmm.
Some things that are there are not apparent, isn't that correct?
Oh yeah, that's.
And that's where your
definitely true.
expertise comes in. Isn't that true?
What the hell he...
What are we talking about here? Fingerprints?
Things that are not apparent.
What?
Anything that may not be apparent to somebody who is not an expert detective like yourself.
I don't
We
know
tried
what
at
we're
the
talking
same
about. There's
time.
things that are not apparent here on this floor. What are we talking about?
Well, let's say you were investigating a crime scene and something
let's
happened
say-
here. Would you want to cordon off this area of the floor for any reason?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
For a examination by a criminalist, for trace evidence, for
Look,
whatever it may
Rob,
be
this
there.
isn't
We're not
your
footwear
typical celebrity
impression
DUI
evidence. Is that
case,
something
man.
that has been emerging in the last 5 years as
Oh.
becoming very important in crime scene investigation?
I think it's something that's been around for a long time, longer than 5 years.
Longer than
When I say
fixers
emerging,
like you.
that there are recently developing new techniques to find latent footprints,
Yes.
to find footwear impression evidence.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I sure do.
That if somebody stepped on a carpet, that there are now techniques available to determine what shoe was used to make that, to step in that
Are
area,
you talking about the
even though
Bruno,
you can't see anything
Bruno
with the naked eye.
Magli's?
Well, I'm not sure about carpet. Normally they
The
lift
ugly
those from
ass
hard
shoes.
surfaces, not porous surfaces like a carpet.
Do you have you read any materials in keeping up with the scientific literature?
About
What impressions can be drawn from
shoe
carpet?
soles,
Is
dude?
there any carpet in this case?
Yes, in 2 locations.
Proceed.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
This is the first time you've
Pretty
heard about that?
mundane reading there, Robert.
First time I've heard about one.
Okay. You may be able to get very valuable evidence from carpet.
No, it's not the first time I've heard that.
So I take it any area that there was carpet in, nobody would be allowed to go in.
What? His whole bedroom has carpet and blood on it.
Your face, please.
If there was areas in a crime scene that had carpet, would you prevent people from going in there?
Well, I would prevent anybody that wasn't working the crime scene from going into the crime scene, yes. But to investigate a crime scene, you have to go into a crime scene to investigate it.
But you have to go in carefully, don't you?
Extremely carefully.
And
yeah.
you have to
have to
be
wear booties.
aware of where potential evidence is.
Absolutely.
And if you're not aware of where potential evidence is, you could destroy potentially exculpatory evidence.
That's a possibility, yes.
And protective clothing is very important with the advancement of DNA collection of evidence, isn't it?
Sustained.
Are you aware of what is recommended for collecting and preserving DNA evidence?
He's like, I don't even have AOL.
I don't do the collection
DNA or
and
computers.
testing of it, so I would have to
It's
say no on that.
1995.
You're not aware of what should be
It's
done.
not going to happen for another 10 years.
I just said no. I don't do the collection or the testing of it, so no, I'm not aware.
Do computers.
Now, before you get to collection of
I
evidence,
type out my
it can
reports.
also be destroyed or contaminated by even somebody as expert as yourself going into that area. Isn't that true?
Oh, that's always a possibility, yes.
And for that purpose, it is recommended, is it not, that footwear protection be used before entering a bloody crime scene.
Grounds.
Grounds. Coffee grounds.
Are you aware that professional standards require investigators to wear footwear
booties.
covering
Booties, I called
when
it.
investigating sensitive areas where DNA evidence may appear?
They were not wearing booties.
Sustained.
Red Solo Cup. Like, God, I don't have to answer the question.
It's obvious, is it not, that if you walk in with dirty shoes that you may contaminate a crime scene. Isn't that true?
Yeah, our shoes didn't have blood
If you
all
step
over
in
them,
the
man.
evidence, yes, it is.
And if you had dirty shoes, that you may bring trace evidence from outside into the crime scene. Isn't that a possibility?
Again, if you step in the evidence, yes.
What if you walked into a crime scene, walked on a hair outside, and then walked in? Is there a chance that hair could be moved from outside inside?
Say that. Say that again, please.
You walk up to a crime scene, and there's a hair that you can't see on the sidewalk. Is there a chance that hair might stick to your shoe and then you
Slow it
carry it
down,
in
Slick.
and it can be discovered?
Not
Not
inside
really.
the crime scene?
I would say no.
Speculation. Sustained.
Don't do this, Slick. Think. She's got a police escort.
What
She's
effort
on
does
the
it
way to
take
my
to,
personal
wear
hangar.
footwear
Security at
covering?
the airport worked
Not
for
much.
me.
I just want to get the
Never
film back.
made much effort to it.
Is there any reason not to?
Molly's highly strung. She's not going to stop
No.
and talk it out
Is
with a
there any
deranged
reason not to wear
killer
head
chasing
coverings
after
on a
her.
crime scene?
No.
Is there any reason not to wear coveralls or other protective clothing in a crime scene?
No.
Is there any reason not to wear gloves within a crime scene?
No.
Are these things that would be overly burdensome to do?
No.
And why did you know? Why did you do it, man?
When you went through your training at homicide
Did they
school,
teach
wasn't
you
that
about
one of the
booties,
first
dude?
things you were taught that when you enter a potential crime scene, don't pick up the phone?
Yeah, that's a basic rule, yes.
What's the reason for that rule?
Because you may have the telephone used by the suspect, you may have fingerprints on it, you may have trace evidence on it.
What about using any of the facilities within the crime scene? Turning water on or off?
That should not be done.
Who's
Putting
making
out candles?
Nothing should be disturbed until the investigation is completed.
Did you determine whether any of those things were done in this case?
I found out later that the telephone was used, yes.
And that shouldn't have been done. That's the violation of
It shouldn't have
the
been
most
done.
basic rule of crime scene investigation, is it not?
However, in this case, the house did not appear or was not related to the crime scene. There was nothing to indicate that
anything
the
where
suspect had ever entered or anything had ever occurred.
There's kids
in the
upstairs,
residence.
dude.
So your opinion today is
What?
the suspect in this case has never entered the Bundy residence?
Oh no, I didn't say that at all. It didn't appear that any aspect of the crime had occurred within the residence itself.
You could totally tell that she was ambushed at
You
her
don't know what
door.
you're going to find, do you?
Absolutely not.
Therefore, everything is potential evidence, isn't it?
Yes.
And proper procedure would dictate following proper rules, would it not?
Yes.
And if there was evidence that may or may not have some value, what's the rule that you adhere to?
It would be protected, collected, and booked.
All right, when you walked through the crime scene, one of the first things you saw was a Ben & Jerry's ice cream cup and a plastic spoon.
One of the first things that was pointed out to me, yes.
And that was something that was reported in the...
Nicole was indulging with the kids in their newfound freedom from the psycho,
the previous
dude.
homicide investigator.
So they had ice cream.
That he took note of, correct?
Yes.
So obviously, in doing your detailed note analysis, that's something that he deemed important. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know whether he deemed it important. It's something that he noted.
Is a plastic spoon something that is capable of getting latent fingerprints off of?
I would think so, yes.
What about a paper cup?
Yes.
Is there any reason why those items would not be taken into evidence?
Yeah, they didn't appear to be connected to the crime scene from what I saw.
But you didn't know at that time, did you?
Dude, how the hell is the bowl of ice cream connected to the two people gutted in the front yard?
Sustained.
Is there any reason, what effort would it have taken to take those items into evidence?
A
There
lot.
would have been no effort if it was deemed necessary. They still, to this
Are
day,
we
don't
keeping
appear
the
to
ice
have
cream
any connection
cold?
to this case.
But you don't know that, do you?
Well, I think that's a fair assumption.
Could you determine, perhaps, who was eating that ice cream by finding fingerprints on the
Out
cup?
of here, dude.
If
We're
they
out of
were
here,
there,
dude.
yes.
Might that
Why?
have some importance?
Well, I think it's been determined who was eating ice cream that night.
Might that have some
Kids,
importance?
man. The kids were eating ice cream with their mom.
I still don't think it's connected to the crime scene. I don't see any importance to it.
So,
Get in there, get in there, get in there.
initially, upon walking into a crime
Get out of the
scene,
car,
you
hide.
see something that's potential evidence, you determine by yourself, as an experienced
This is the spot
detective,
to hide.
it probably doesn't have anything to do with this, so we're just going to ignore it, throw it out. Is that what you're telling us?
I don't understand
We're gonna
that.
be
What do you
good,
mean?
man. We're
Are
gonna
you
be
speaking
good.
about a certain item?
It's
Or are
the
you
Charlie
speaking about
Manson
any crime
hideout.
scene?
No, I'm
Or
talking about this specific item.
about the ice cream?
Yeah.
You saw it, you didn't think it was an
Oh,
evidential
garbage
value,
dump,
even though you
oh, garbage
told us it could have a
dump.
fingerprint on
Why are
it,
you calling
and
me
therefore
garbage
you simply
dump?
ignored it and had it thrown away.
Dude, I missed it by 9 seconds.
Sustained pressure.
Getting it next time.
You immediately make decisions, don't you?
Not all the time.
You make them very quickly, don't you?
No,
Don't
not
you?
all the time.
And you're not easy to change your opinion, are you?
No, that's not true. I am.
And if you had to do it all over again,
I
you
didn't
still
want
wouldn't
it to
take
be
that ice cream
Oj,
cup.
man. I loved Oj. I still have his football cards.
Monday morning quarterbacking is wonderful.
Football analogies are wonderful in
Still,
this trial.
to this
Keep it
day,
up.
don't believe the ice cream is connected to the crime scene in Bundy.
Your Honor, may this be an appropriate time for a recess?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right,
Your
ladies
Honor,
and
may
gentlemen,
this
we're going to
be
take our
appropriate
recess for the
time
morning
for another
session. Please
powwow.
remember my admonitions to you. Don't discuss the case amongst yourselves. Don't form any opinions about the case. Don't conduct any deliberations without the matter being submitted to you. Don't allow anybody to communicate with you.
Don't
We'll
discuss
stand in recess until
the
1:30, and Detective Van Adder, you may step down. You're ordered to return at 1:30. Thank you, counsel.
Conus video. No powwows. Get to Phil.
Detective Van Adder over the noon hour, you were requested to find your notes of the activities that
They made
took
him go
place
get the
at Bundy and
trapper keeper.
Rockingham on the 12th through the 13th of June. Have you been able to locate?
Yes, it's in my very special trapper keeper. It's pink. I forget the name of the lady who drew all the
Those
drawings.
notes?
I didn't
Lisa
realize I
Frank.
was supposed to
Lisa
do that,
Frank,
but
yeah.
as far as actual physical notes, there aren't any other than the partial statement I was doing on Cato Kalin.
And that consists of 2 paragraphs?
Approximately, yeah.
Cato is a stoner.
That's the extent
Nothing to
of
worry about.
what took place as far as recording information by you.
I directed other information to be recorded, but yes, that's true.
Now, when you went through your walkthrough at the Bundy crime scene, you told us that took approximately 10 minutes.
Yeah, approximately 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
You testified 10 minutes on your direct examination yesterday. Are you more comfortable with 10 to 15 minutes?
That's an approximation, 10.
You weren't keeping any log records of the time you entered the actual scene and left?
No, sir.
Did you check in with somebody
About
at
9
the
seconds.
Bundy address who was keeping such time records?
When I arrived there,
When you arrived and everything, and when you walked through, yes.
I signed in on the crime scene log when I arrived, yes.
Would that be something that would be proper to maintain in the crime scene log, how long you spent inside the crime scene?
No.
How long did Detective Lang spend inside the crime scene? In his walkthrough.
I believe it was about 15 minutes, approximately 15 minutes.
He was there a little longer than you?
Yes.
And you were not accompanying him at that time?
No, I did not.
You stayed outside on Bundy and Dorothy?
Yes.
Slow it down.
And after he finished his walkthrough, did you then immediately go to Rockingham?
It was within a few minutes. We left there at approximately 5 o'clock that morning, yes.
So
We discussed it before we left.
he came out, you discussed it for a few minutes with him as to what he saw,
Yes.
and then the decision was made to go make the notification.
That's correct.
And you left immediately thereafter.
Yes.
Now, according to the logs, Detective Lang arrived at 4:25 in the morning.
That's correct.
And so if he did a 15-minute walkthrough, that would be about 4:40, correct?
If he immediately went on the walkthrough, I'm not sure that that was the sequence of events.
So how long did he wait before he went on the walk,
I don't know. Not what was that?
that you recall?
I really couldn't answer that. I really don't know.
Weren't you concerned with trying to get this thing going and start your investigation?
What's she doing?
That's what we did, yes.
Don't you now have about 20 minutes unaccounted for where nothing is being done while you and your partner are there?
I don't understand that.
Well, if you arrived, if Lang, according to the chronological record, arrived at 4:25, did a 15-minute walkthrough, spent a few minutes before and a few minutes after, let's say even that would make it 4:45, and there's 15 minutes before you leave. Was there an investigation that you people were doing during that 15 minutes of Bundy?
I think part of the investigation is myself and my partner conversing, so we know what we have, and so we sort of understand what's going on at that time.
And I take it you notified a criminalist at that point because you now had determined it was a bloody crime scene, did you not?
Not at that point, no.
And you notified the coroner because you wanted to clearly ascertain the time of death.
Not at that point.
You want to take a plane?
And you called for a photographer to videotape the entire crime scene in the most undisturbed way, did you not?
A photographer was there when I got there.
And did you direct the photographer to take an overall view of the complete pattern of all the footwear impressions that you had seen?
I believe my partner did that.
And was that done?
Was that done?
Yeah, the photographer do that? Follow those orders?
To the best of my knowledge,
And
yes.
so you have seen a photograph that shows the entire pathway with all the footprints that you intend to talk about in this case?
I believe it does, yes.
And did you call for someone to videotape the entire crime scene?
No, sir, I did not.
And did you call for a light truck to illuminate the area so that you could better ascertain whether or not there might be another matching glove to the one that you had seen by the body of Ronald Goldman?
I did not.
And did you cause a grid search to be done in the location to look for a matching or second glove at that location?
No, I didn't.
Dude, don't stop there, Michael.
As a detective, would you agree that it is important for you to be able to prioritize what you're going to do regarding a crime scene investigation?
Yes.
Some things are more important than others. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're all important. That's a general statement. Everything's important.
But you can't do everything at the same time, can you?
No, I wish I could.
So therefore you have to prioritize, don't you?
According to what the scene is, yes. Each one is different. Each one has different priorities.
And if you had to prioritize between notifying the ex-husband of a victim and beginning a crime scene investigation, what one of the two would you feel would be more important?
They know my
Putting it
spot.
just in those terms, with the other circumstances left out, I would say
They can go around the block,
start the
though.
crime scene investigation, but there were other circumstances that came into play in this.
Like, get out of the car
And
and
how
run
many
now?
officers would you use to make a death notification, personally?
Side, man.
That would depend on the circumstances.
Oh, there's a helicopter, dude.
And is there any criteria as to who can make a death notification within the Los
No.
Angeles Police Department?
Dude, no. I work with you guys.
Just
I
the-
work with you guys, okay?
I would think any sworn personnel could.
Now, Commander Bushy is the commander of
We're just
the West Bureau. Is that correct?
fucking Bell
He's the
employees, checking
assistant
our
commander, I believe, in
boxes.
West Bureau.
The West Bureau
It
does not
worked.
encompass
Thank you.
the robbery homicide division, does it? No, does it?
No,
20 seconds
It
off.
does not, I should say.
it does not.
24 seconds off.
And that order that you heard about secondhand was from Detective
Yeah, I watched
Phillips,
the video.
who was told by Commander Bushy that he should make a personal notification. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Yes.